Why did they smash it?
I don't know. Look at this place. All divided. Everyone anxious and at each other's throats. I'm heartbroken.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Haven't received anything from you in a while, Mr. Morgan.
Yeah, I hear you.
Many thanks. Good job, Arthur. Well done, Mr. Morgan. Thank you.
Just make sure it goes into the pot, not your pocket. Fine, but make sure you get a good price for it.
Many thanks. Thank you, Arthur.
Yep.
Hello, Miss Grimshaw.
Mr. Pearson.
How you feeling about Molly?
I'm feeling she got exactly what she deserved.
That's what I figured. Mr. Pearson.
Arthur?
Hey, Uncle.
Hell of a time, Arthur.
How are you doing?
I ain't doing so good.
God, why is everyone acting so crazy, Morgan?
I guess folk are real scared.
We'll be fine. We always have been. Now Dutch will see us good.
I hope so.
Not you as well. Another fella doubting them? You know, I thought more of you, Morgan.
Tilly.
Arthur,
Hey,
you don't look so good.
how are you coping?
Not very good.
Just keep your fingers crossed.
Whatever you say.
What I don't get here is the ammo situation. I'm not sure what happened, but didn't they leave the last location with dynamite for miles? Like there was miles of dynamite that they had just lying around, and I could have blown up the whole place, but I didn't. Didn't destroy anything. Didn't even blow it up when it was supposed to take over the place. So
Hi, Uncle.
it makes no sense to me that they have no ammo.
Hi, Susan.
Arthur.
How you doing with all this?
Well, I'll soldier through.
Hi, Pearson.
You okay?
How are you doing?
I'm pretty low right now.
Oh, I wish I knew what to tell you.
Okay, Mr. Morgan.
Hey, Arthur. You want to talk? You okay, Arthur?
Sure.
You don't look okay.
I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Okay. I guess I was trying to say...
So this is the second time in Rockstar movies,
What you been doing?
Acting
right?
like a fool.
This part.
How so?
Hurting and robbing folks I didn't need to.
My, you have been busy.
Well, that's one way of looking at it.
You're a good man, Arthur. Underneath, I mean.
I've lost my mind, Mary Beth. It's finally happened. I don't feel in control.
Just stay calm and do what you do best.
It seems I'm best in mayhem. Sure, I'm no better than Micah.
Yes, you are. Just do what you gotta do and stop getting into trouble.
We'll see. Hi, Reverend.
Arthur, hello.
Oh, there he is. Coffin Billy.
Get lost.
Oh, you'll be okay, Arthur. And if you ain't, we'll all miss you.
I'll be in hell.
Why is this guy following me?
I will miss our conversations, Arthur. I really will.
I won't.
And I shall go on being loyal, but what are we doing here? We need to move.
Okay.
Moving.
Guess I'll see you later then.
We need...
All right then, cowpoke.
We need money! You dumb fool! Money! Or we are dead! We are all dead!
Looking good, Bill.
I am doing
I'm not in the mood.
fool!
Isn't it interesting how this whole money thing is nothing more than silliness.
Arthur?
Hi, Tilly.
Hi.
The United States was put together by the England, I want to say the Crown, right? But that's kind of overgeneralizing. There was groups very interested in showing the government, I suppose, and banking institutions at the time. Even before that, they were like, hey, there's gold in it. There was a lot. They're like, there's gold, there's oil, there's copper, there's silver, there's this, there's that. And some of the best steel in the world, we've heard, Most people wouldn't think that in the 1400s, 1300s, that individuals would be that smart. Wouldn't know that information. However, there is, in my opinion, a significant amount of evidence that suggests that the history that's taught to some people is not the history taught to other people. And when this takes place, the belief in the groups have their own sort of power. There's you either accept it or you're wrong. And this I've experienced in multiple times. You can even go so far as saying, like, hey, science is the act of science is the perfect plan to cutting through the fault lines of the thinking process. And you can say that it was also a way to escape religious rule, which was really important because there we go again with the whole history is taught to some people differently than taught to others. So having a religious history and a national history and an international history, and then the subcategories within them what I've deduced is, again, there are people who know things that other people don't, and that information is worth a lot of money, and most people will never meet those individuals who have that information. Therefore, the education separation there is a great divide. The guy who has the knowledge got paid, therefore he now has no need to participate with the individuals who never even knew there was knowledge to begin with. So, here is my line of thinking. If, I'm using the word if here because I'm having to take into the data system, the data set, the variables that are present. The arguments that I've seen that have the two leading major belief systems here in the United States are the world was created in a certain way out of a certain condition of compressed matter, time, and space. So I don't know if space is considered a material or not, but I don't know how you can fall through like the Earth and the solar system is, is like going through. I feel like I'm also, there's just so much, right? Because I can picture all these things and my mouth can only say one line of code at a time. And it would be nice to show you 7 lines of code at a time. So having like 6 different categories, right? Like, okay, here are the like this is why you have titles for books, is so you can have these lines of thinking taking place. Not just titles, but the index. So like the index here. The first primary thought that is being taught now outside to combat the religious experience that had been dominating, and again, I'm going back to the formation of this country, dominating thinking even before the United States was put together. So the act of keeping people in a condition of thought using religion was causing enough harm to where people, some people, right? Again, I'm going to use the word people a lot here because it's interchangeable, and you can just kind of get the gist that we're all flesh and blood here. We're all wearing the same skin suit, so to speak. Might be different colors and all, but that's more or less just the way your body responds to the code of the sun or your local star. It's not really much more than that. So I shouldn't say that. That's discrediting it. Back to what I was thinking. Line of thought. First thing, you have the religious view, God made the world. Second one, the scientific view, hey, something happened involving a lot of light energy. And then there's others, right? Then there's all these other different categories, but those are the 2 that I focused on because those are the ones that are leading the institutions that have the strongest hold on the thinking process here in the United States. There is the religious background, which probably takes up at least 50% of this country. There's the scientific background, which is being pushed much like religion was pushed, and it is affecting at least 100% of this country because you're not able to purchase anything without it having been inspected by someone who has a scientific method. So some form of practice to make sure there's few flaws, few errors, such. So when this happens, those guys are collecting data. When the church was doing its thing, it was collecting data. Now I'm going to add another group. When a government or a king or an empire ruler or subset of rulers or subcategory of ruler or whatever, right? You start from the top and then you delineate. You can see the power structures changing. Like you would have a group saying, these guys are a community. There are all the same people, but they do have different positions in the crowd, not to hurt each other, but just to assign things that need to be done. Like this person's the doctor, naturally good at being curious or inquisitive about a person's condition. Then there's, right, I was just looking at my screen. I'm playing a game to give my thoughts in speech. What I want to do is take a break. What I'm doing is taking a break, having a drink of my coffee, and just kind of getting this thought out because sometimes it happens. I'll be playing this game and I'll think about the way Arthur's interacting, right? He just talked to Tilly, he just talked to Dutch, and brought up a lot of questions for me. Oh, yeah, it was the interview with Mary Beth. I think that was her name, or the character's name, the NPC's name. And he said, I've been acting a fool, da 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 da. If you were to go tell a local doctor, hey, I've been acting a fool, I've been killing people, they are mandatory reporters. So the scientific method here bypasses the church ideology where you can go get yourself forgiven by the Pope. And as long as the Pope isn't upset or affects any conditions with the Pope, excuse me, I'm sorry, the church or its friends in the business, then you should be fine. You know, you just got to pay a little extra and you should be good. Not all religious views have that, or excuse me, not all Christian views have that same narrative. There are other types of Christians who have different types of beliefs, which can show, if you look at the situation and the individuals involved, changing over time, place, space, etc., you can see that they're all following an idea, and it's often persuaded by information that is not religious. Again, going to the scientific method, you pray before you eat, but you eat what the inspector inspected using the scientific method. Now, if the inspector didn't inspect and the industry was allowed to act like they want to, there'd be a lot of shortcuts, cheating, and so, right? And this is where you have the religious start with, I suppose, at least in the Old Testament, the major set of the major set of rules, the Ten Commandments. And it's been presented to me in such a way that the Ten Commandments is a missed moral opportunity. And after thinking about that and talking to individuals that giggle at that statement, I see what they're saying, right? Where's the rule that says don't treat people like cattle? Where's the rule that says don't create terrorists to use as weapons to infiltrate other countries as scapegoats so that you can go invade them, having an excuse for safety? And then gaslight those people because they don't have that knowledge. Again, knowledge separation. The scientific method is being used to create situations far more intellectual than the individuals that are being exercised upon with these situations. So like 9/11 is a good example. The individuals that were able to bring down those buildings the way they were brought down had far more experience and knowledge in building construction and demolition than the individuals watching television. And the crowd that presented that stage and act for the public knew that the information that was necessary was not available to the common public. Therefore, this stunt, trick, act of sleight of hand, whatever you want to call it, betrayal, it's not even really betrayal because they're not friends. There's another sleight of hand where the scientific method and religion are being used together to convince a whole group of people, whole country of people, regardless of group, to get on board with plans they wouldn't choose to accept if they saw the outcome at the end of the choice. It's like the devil's statement, excuse me, where you go to the devil and you say, I need something. And he says, sure, but you owe me first, right? Or you owe me last. I'll give it to you first, but you owe me last. And the owe me last doesn't stop. You can have the first. Imagine having a drink of water or a glass of water. You have a cup, a vessel, whatever, a container filled with water, and it has height, it has width, and it has depth. You're thirsty, and the person next to you is thirsty. The first person is thirsty because they just finished running a race. The second person is thirsty because they also just finished running a race. However, this was the last bottle of water, and they agreed to share. It was big enough for two. They flipped a coin, and the guy said, you take the first. They said whoever wins heads takes the first drink, whoever wins tails takes the second drink. So the guy who was 2 out of 3 heads, got the first drink. And he drank about 3/4 of the way down, and he had to stop to take a breath. And while he was stopping to take a breath, he passed the bottle over. And if you're familiar with sharing, here's a familiar statement to kind of example: puff, puff, pass. Right? You're sharing the joint. In this situation, you're sharing the water bottle. So the man passes over the water bottle for the other man to take a drink, catch his breath, pass it over. Right? The first man is thinking the act that should take place, based on the beliefs that I have in my mind on communal presence, all these things that are going on in my head. This is what needs to take place. I'm going to take a drink, pass it to him. He's going to take a drink, pass it to me. And I'm going to take a drink, pass it back. And that's not what happens. And I'm sure you've already figured that out. This is an old moral, and what they call this thing, parable. First man says, I'll take a drink first. Second man says, I'll take a drink second. First man drinks, hands over the bottle, and the second man drinks it all. First man is very disappointed, and the second man has not lied to the first man, has not committed any sins according to the religious view, and in scientific method has accomplished steps as, presented in verbal contract. It's the stuff we don't talk about that winds up being the problem. So while we're busy talking about whatever it is the institution wants us to talk about, the problem lies is that what needs to be talked about is what's not being talked about. And it's really strange because there's a lot of assumptions. So we make assumptions. 9/11, boom, boom, boom. They don't know any better. They're going to make an assumption. We don't have time to think. Therefore, we don't have time to protect ourselves or look for assumptions. The harder you pay your taxes, not taxes, the harder you work for your money, the harder you stress over your money, the longer you stress over your money, the more power and control of not knowing what's going on is going to consume you. Not knowing what demolition looks like versus not knowing what a real building fire looks like, to me, if you were living in the 1300s, would be common knowledge, because anybody who wants to burn your shit down is going to burn your shit down using fire. Now, the story of 9/11 is that fire brought those buildings down, but I didn't see like any kind of fire. What I saw was dust and debris. When you have a fire, you don't have things popping and blow. Well, I mean, sometimes you do, because pine is a good example, has sap, and when that sap gets hot, it expands. It also likes to catch fire. And it can fizz out of the branches in certain ways that you wouldn't expect and shoot globs of hot sap in your face. But that's part of the wood material, right? So I'll break that down just a little bit here in just a minute. So back to the buildings, we have dust and debris, and we go to the fire, like a building fire, a campfire, it doesn't matter, just any fire. And what you have is a decarboxylation and smoke. And I think that decarb is probably an incorrect way of stating it. Another way of saying it is you have charcoal and dust. I guess dust is a good word, right? Or not even dust. You have ashes. There we go, ashes. You have charcoal and ashes. And those were the words used to describe the act of taking fire to a material. What's left? Ashes and some kind of charred material. The process of removing certain parts of the material through fire, right? So It's important that if I don't understand it, right? So if we go look at YouTube and watch videos on what fire does, what does it mean, what's really taking place, and then we go look at videos of demolition, if we can find some, they may not present them, and say what's going on, what's taking place, and then you go watch the 9/11 videos, you'll understand that fire and a building falling down on itself and demolition and a building falling down on itself have their arguments that are very weightful on one side and not weightful on the other side. And it's contradictory to the information that was force fed to the public. The knowledge above your head is being used as a weapon on your head, in your head. Not just to have your attention, but to have your head. Instead of killing you outright, you're being used as a machine and as a tool. If you didn't have a value there, there would be death. Because the beliefs and the opinions are easily pushed around by the individuals that understand how to use this stuff over and on your head. And by this stuff, I mean crowd manipulation. Whoops. I don't know if I was unmuted or muted the whole time. Wow, that would be crazy if I was muted. It would also be very helpful because I don't have to worry about
Yeah.
the FBI knocking on my door. I was thinking about that when I got done. I was like, bro, we shared a lot of information. Just crazy like.
Okay then, girl. Yeah. Stay.
Double tap. Choo choo. These horses are always making all
Stay,
this
girl.
frickin'
Stay.
noise. They can hit him from here. Nice. I hear an elk. I hear an elk. There he is. Nice. Let's get over there, horsey. Come on, big guy. We got some stuff
Yep.
to do. Where is that thing at? Of course. This is so funny. There's the double tap.
Yeah, it won't take long, girl. Wait here, girl. Wait, girl.
I should return this body to whoever it belongs to. There we go. Now everything ought to be good. Let me save my game, because who knows? There needs to be an Undertaker where a person can just take bodies. I don't like pike. I don't think it tastes very good. But I suppose it probably depends on where you're getting it too. I got mine from lakes and rivers from lakes. Enosburg doesn't have any good. The closest place is Emerald Ranch. Actually, the closest place is... There's a marshal here, marshal there. These marshals come from... It's so far away. Yeah, let's take him to Enosburg and see what happens. Actually, first I'm gonna go to the place where I live, and then I'm gonna go to Enosburg. I hear a who. Woo. I think I already checked out this. Oh, I got another one. Maybe not. Okay, so there's one. I do have more than one. It's maybe that's the same two I keep seeing over and over. So maybe there's one over here as well. Can't see them. So look. Woo! Where's the whoberry? Donk. Right in the torture chamber. Yeah, come get some, buddy. Shit. Oh, that's an elk. I like how the arrow just chases it. Homing arrows! Sounds like the owl is behind me. Ah, the bird just fell again. I bet that's the owl over there. Can't see him. Alright, let's get this first one. Alright, through the neck. Stonk. My horse has scared them away. Scared at him. My horse has scared them away. I wonder if this guy turns into a rotting corpse. How is this so hard for fucking Arthur to do? Holy God.
Just wait a second, girl.
Who's HL? Okay, I need to go see the mayor then. Wonder if Pearson will accept a body as a donation.
Okay, my girl. Sure, might as well make some money off it.
Okay, let's take a look. Good job, Mr. Morgan. Mr. Morgan.
A lot of men would say one thing and do the other thing. Promise you the world.
This is going in the pot.
Listen, I know Dutch been a little erratic recently. I know what went on in Blackwater. Well, none of us is pretending that was something nice. But I guess
Just make sure it goes into the pot, not your pocket.
Many thanks, Mr. Morgan.
for me, I still believe in him.
Come on. Yeah. Yeah. You okay, girl? Good work. Just hold on there, girl.
Someone's coming. Someone's coming. Let's get it. You tied the wrong Mercury, friend. Shit!
Of course.
Son of a...
Move it! God dang it!
Ah!
You cut me loose, doggone it!
We're gonna eat
You slow as
This is very kind of you.
Ah!
The goofy eyes on that guy.
I'm gonna cut your liver out if you don't set me loose.
So, what you got?
Dirty bastard!
Shit!
You should have heard tell of us Murphys. You gonna pay for this.
Now, I'm just
I wonder if they'll wiggle themselves off the cliff.
Here we go.
What tarnation?
Nice meeting you. You're coming with me. Now the fun starts.
Good God!
I like how my horse laughed when he said now's the fun. Now is when the fun starts, and the horse went.
This could get bumpy.
Yeah, I want to drop him off right here. This is the spot. Ooh, that's a good spot too.
Come on, then. Here.
The horse laughed. Why is that guy broke? Why is my horse broken? Oh my god, horse, stop running away from me. Dumb broken piece of crap. Okay, fella. Take your crazy eyes and say goodbye. I need to find a higher location to drop these guys. A place where I can hear them go, ah! There's no plants over here either. It's very boring. What?
Ouch. That'll help you. You're all right now, girl.
Mm.
Okay, girl.
How did I get the horse to fall off the thing anyways?
Damn it.
I have to take a little drinky drink.
Alright, you're gonna be...
A little more drinky drink. My guy's hungry. What do I have to eat? Cigarettes. I have cigarettes to eat. Dang, it does waste a whole horse meal on this thing. Okay. Good to know.
It's okay, girl. Just a scratch.
Just...
Here, girl. Giddy up.
What? Why does Arthur not have weapons anymore? What happened? Sometimes I feel like I want the rifle, but... Okay, since my other horse doesn't want to show up, maybe we can do this. Get it to just magically arrive. Yes, nailed it. Does Arthur have a cut on his face? Looks like he does. Jeez. Guy goes around dirty, just doing horrible things. Alright, little nag. Hello. What's all that? I bet my kitties would like tuna. Just don't like the smell of tuna myself, so I don't ever have it in the house. Thanks for running into me, horse.
Yeah.
Can always count on you to be obnoxious. That's an elk. Nailed ya! So good!
Slow up now.
Yeah, trash that elk. Oh, it's a three-striper. Nice.
Sure, won't take long. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, why these horses are so garbage. Horsey got them bounces.
Whoa, easy.
How do you back a horse up? I forget.
Easy, easy.
Whatever.
Yep. Yep. Hey, partner. Stay, girl. Yep, yep. Stay here. I know, girl. Just give me a second. Easy, girl. I'm nearly there.
weird it's not showing those guys on the... I mean, that's a pretty interesting thing, so why wouldn't it show it on the map? Yeah, it parked me literally right beside these guys. And I've noticed that whenever the game's gonna put Arthur down for camp, they always try to put him next to something interesting. How the hell did this deer require so many shots? Absolutely dumb. Let's see. One in the chest, one in the head, one in the... Oh, that's fine. I missed him. Horribly.